Rich Rising, everyone. My name is Shayna Singleton, aka the Herpes Goddess, and yes, having me is a big flex. I am the founder of Herpes Can Never growing the largest herpes awareness platform of over 341K because I inspire people to love themselves more. The mission at Herpes Cadaver is to be at war with the stigma until our community feels comfortable being open about their status and proud of their sexuality. Welcome to the live, y'all. This is Q&A Monday, so today is your day to answer ask your questions. I'm waiting for the co-founder of Herpes Cadaver to join the live. Let's give her a second to get her live going on her side. 50 Shades of Coco Chanel. I like the name. Happy Monday, Rich Rising. So this is how it works with Q&A Monday. If y'all have any questions, there is a question mark box symbol. Boom, boom, boom. You can put your questions in there. If you put them on the screen, that is okay as well. But sometimes I won't be able to get to everyone's questions because it moves a lot. Now, let's see who I can invite. Is Herpes Cadaver on yet? Come on. Come on, Amber. No, I don't want to go live with you. Rich Rising, Shelly. Thank you, Full Decker Joker. How often do you have your bad days? I don't understand the question. I never have a bad day. I'm blessed and highly favored. I do have down days, I have low days, but never with my herpes. And be because of other shit. Thank you, user 0354. Come on, let me see. Yep, there we go. Found Herpes Can Never. Hi, Queen.
I pulled an Instagram. I'm like, I thought I joined, but I know I have to start my own
Yes.
live.
We got
Okay.
113 people right now on the live.
Okay.
Um, Go ahead and
And we looking
introduce
like this.
yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
And
While I
me looking like this, y'all.
while
Hey
I eat
cousins.
these fruit
Hey
and
TikTok
graham
cousins.
crackers.
It is Amber. My name is Amber. I am Watch Amber on YouTube. I'm the confidence queen and I'm the co-founder of Herpes Could Never. I've been called to help women feel unashamed, empowered, and worthy, and I'm using my real life experiences to do so. I am a certified life coach. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a confidence coach. And my YouTube video, Herpes Saved My Life, changed everything for me. I was diagnosed with HSV2 in 2018 and herpes could never. So thank you for being here on Q&A. Let's get these questions answered.
Hey Zozo Locks. Zozo Locks said hi from my side. You won't be able to
Oh,
see it.
Habu, we love you. Hey, Zozo, thank you for loving and supporting, Queen.
All right, what questions do we have? Taylor asked, how often do you have your bad days? My answer to that was I'm never having
How often
bad
do you
days
have your
with my
what?
herpes. How often do you have your bad days? I said I
Okay.
never have bad days because I'm blessed and highly favored, but I do have down
Amen.
days. And I do have days when my vibrations are low.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never because of my herpes, it's always because of something else. I could have been triggered by a parent and I'm dealing with those triggers, or something, my day is just not going the way I wanted it to go. Um, Stuff like that, but never because of my herpes. Can herpes be
Yeah.
contracted? I'm sorry. Go ahead and answer the question before we get to that question.
Um, yeah, I handle my bad days by I used to like throw pity parties and just like get my feelings and just not be really productive during my bad moments because that's what made me feel better. But now when I do have a bad day, or even if when my bad days were related to my herpes diagnosis, what helped me get out of them was by being um painfully said times honest with myself about why whatever was triggering me to have that bad day made me feel a type of way. So just diving more deeper into what's causing me to feel bad, and if it is your herpes, why is that? What about your herpes? If it's something else, why is that? What is that? Journaling, being truthful with myself, and literally not allowing myself to stay in that place. That's what I would recommend.
Um, why are your eyes black? Does that have something to do with you having herpes? Um,
What? This question.
People be reaching. You know what I'm saying?
Hard.
We'll
What?
be reaching. No, the dark circles around my eyes have nothing to do with my herpes. They actually always been there all my life. So there's that.
Heredity.
Asshole. I just want to call you an asshole real quick. Like someone
I'm
asked me,
weak.
I make a herpes post. Oh my God, are you pregnant? No, I'm just bloated. Like, why do y'all ask questions about people's appearance if I'm obviously talking about herpes? Thanks for pointing it out.
Are you pregnant? What?
Yeah, ask me if I was pregnant. No, sis, I was bloated and I ate a lot. Shit, F you.
That was funny as hell.
All right. Um, that was the most random I saw on my duel and had to click. Okay. Do your face work out? If so, what you use?
Breakout?
And it said workout. Anyway, you so fine, you blow my mind. Oh, well, thanks.
Okay.
What else we got?
Yes, that energy.
Um,
that that energy.
these questions is a little different.
TikTok, where y'all at with these questions? Cause we was ranting and raving about y'all over on Instagram. Don't come over here and play. What questions y'all got on Q&A Monday?
Haley asks, "How did you know?" I got tested. That's the only way you're gonna know you got herpes, y'all, is to get tested. That's it. That's the only way you're gonna know if you got herpes. How long y'all been in this game? What game?
A herpes game
You mean
or
been
the
herpes advocates
advocacy
or
game?
had herpes? Which is there's two questions. It could be. I've had herpes since 2015. I've been a part of Herpes Gang since 2015. I was initiated. Well, I don't know when I was initiated. I just knew when I found out.
Exactly. You got made in 2015. That's all you know.
Yeah, that's it. That part. I crossed over in 2015. That was my probate.
It came out 2015. And how long have you been in the herpes advocate game?
I've been a part of the Herpes Advocate Gang since 2020, July
Yeah.
2020.
I got initiated in the herpes gang in 2018, and I've been a herpes advocate since 2020 as well. December of 2020.
Okay. I was told I was dumb for letting my partners know before intercourse. Well, I'm mad. They dumb for telling you that. How about
I
that?
was like, who told you that?
That's projection at its finest. The dummy calling you dumb. You see? They was basically telling you how they felt about themselves because that's dumb.
Because that don't even sound right.
Mm-mm. mm.
Mm-mm.
My phone. Does your face break out? If so, what do you use? Okay, I would love to answer that question, but this live is about herpes, so we're not gonna go into skin regimen and skincare. But if that's something you're interested in, Amber is a licensed esthetician. She talks all about her skin on her channel and also on her Instagram page. Catch her outside of herpes lives for questions about skin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like literally trying to reach on my end and be like, do they mean like outbreaks on your face, or do they really mean like breakouts? So yeah, I still even need clarification. But yeah, check me over
Oh,
on
okay.
Instagram.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
I don't know, like you know what I'm saying.
I don't know
Check
neither.
me over on Instagram or YouTube. But yeah, herpes related questions.
Okay. How did you get to the point where you just didn't care if the whole world knew? Were you ever embarrassed? Um,
Yeah,
Amber,
go
you
ahead, boo.
okay, I'll go first. Self
Yeah.
love. Once you don't give a damn how somebody feels about you, thinks about you, say about you, and you seek validation from yourself and not outside of yourself, you really start to not give a damn anymore. And a part of becoming a herpes advocate and getting comfortable in being a herpes advocate is to just do it. You never know what's going to come from it until you do it. Once you do it, you really realize how much the stigma is an illusion that people create for themselves. Um, was I ever embarrassed about my herpes? Yes. there was a time I was embarrassed about my herpes, but that's when I didn't love myself. That's when I was looking for validation within other people. Um, that's when I had lack of acceptance for self. Amber?
Yes, I was embarrassed at one point, and for the same reasons, because I didn't realize that I had other issues I needed to deal with. I just made herpes the big bad wolf that was the reason why I felt the way I felt. But I reached the point of nope. I reached the point of stop caring that the whole world knew when I really fully accepted myself and made the decision that as long as I loved me and accepted all of me, then no one's love or acceptance outside of myself mattered more than my own. So once I know that's easier said than done, but you really got to be 10 toes, like really secure and firm in that. And when you are secure in that thought and that belief, you'll be willing to say I have herpes and literally not let the opinions of others get to you because you already know who you are. And so really just tapping in with being secure in who I was and self-love gave me the confidence and not give a fness to be able to tell the world.
Hmm.
We ain't got no questions on my side.
That's fine. We got a bunch here, but I'm trying to. How do you tell your significant other, and were you afraid of their rejection? If you fear rejection, you're not ready to disclose. That's one point. That's number one. Because if you
That's a
fear
harsh
rejection,
reality.
it's because you're rejecting yourself. And then you're gonna be trying to fill a void in somebody else and expecting people to accept you for your herpes when you haven't even accepted you for your herpes. Euphoria always says rejection is redirection. I'm not attracted to nobody who feels a way about my herpes. My herpes comes with me. It's not a part of what I bring to the table. It's what comes with me in this blessing and this flex. You walk away from me because of my herpes, that means you was only here to begin with for what I had in between my legs. And I don't even attract people who are only here for what I have in between my legs. I'm not attracted to people who are only here for what I had in between my legs. People come to me, people who are attracted to me, it's because I love myself. It's because I've accepted my herpes. It's because I'm confident. It's because of what I bring to the table. It's because I'm a hustler. It's because of how I show up as a mother. It's because of how I show up for myself and how I take care of myself. So, if you fear herpes disclosure and you fear somebody not wanting you because of your herpes, you need to figure out why you don't want you because of your herpes. Amber?
Woo! I used to fear being rejected by my significant other or telling somebody I had herpes and worrying about what are they going to say? Is their opinion of me going to change? Are they no longer going to find me as desirable? Are they going to stop liking me when they find out this new information about me? That's what I used to think. But the truth of it, it really was because I wasn't sure if I liked me. I wasn't sure if I was good enough or worthy of to be with someone and be fully loved and accepted with my herpes diagnosis. And so I had to look in the mirror and realize that it wasn't me really being concerned if others rejected me, but it was more because I had still was rejecting a part of me myself. And just that level of truth with yourself requires you to go deep with yourself. So when we're looking and wondering why and trying to prevent or get around being rejected by others, somewhere it's us and still inside of us that we're rejecting ourselves. So that's what I would recommend to anyone who's like fearing telling someone else. It's not about the other person's reaction. It's about where that fear is coming from.
Yeah. You got to be enough for yourself before you start dating. That's with or without herpes, baby. So you're not seeking to fill no voids. Your hobbies got to be enough. The things you love, the things that make you happy, got to be enough for you to spend a lifetime with yourself, your damn self, for the rest of your life. And then everything else will fall in place. But if you don't feel that way
Absolutely.
about yourself, baby, you shouldn't even be dating. Why? Because you're going to attract people who are going to be attracted to the fact that you don't love yourself. You're going to attract
Fact.
people who's going to be attracted to the fact that you haven't accepted yourself. That's going to use it against you because they see that lack in you. Narcissists and manipulators. So you can take what we say, be triggered by it, and say, "That's what she's saying. I'm gonna find a disclosure method somewhere else." That's fine. You can go ahead and do that. But what we're telling you is to love yourself first, so that you can make your self love the standard. We have a disclosure method. It's in our workshops. Safe sex and herpes disclosure. Yes, you can purchase that, but I feel like disclosing only fuels the stigma. And what we need to
Yep.
get to is the root of the issues. It's never your herpes, and it's everything else that you deciding not to deal with. It's your lack of
Yes.
self acceptance. Why aren't you accepting yourself? Why don't you love yourself 100% to be happy with herpes? Beauty Rain says natural remedies for outbreaks. We have herpes diet and remedies workshop located in the link in both of our bios and on the website www.herpescanever.com.
Yeah.
All right. I need to learn that because I be thinking about what the other person gonna think of me. Here's how I feel about validation, right? If somebody opinion of you gonna pay your bills, if somebody opinion of you gonna wipe your butt, if somebody
Nope.
opinion of you gonna give you an orgasm, if somebody's
Nope.
opinion of you gonna just take care of you, period, then why
No.
let somebody else's opinion of you have so much power over your life? The only opinion that should matter when it comes to you is your own. If you love yourself and you accept yourself and you would love yourself with herpes and accept yourself with herpes, it's not going to matter what other people think and feel about you. Y'all gotta
Yep.
release that. You gotta stop caring about other people and their mindset and what they think. It's not about them.
More than you care about your own thoughts and opinions of yourself. My question is, do you think you should tell a guy right away or wait? Oh, sorry. Somebody asked a question on my side. Ooh, thank
Oh.
you. I think if sex is gonna be a sex is gonna be something that happens, you tell them. Now, if sex is happening right away, then you got to tell them right away. If sex isn't happening right away, and you're still trying to figure out if that's gonna happen, when you know that you want to be sexually active, it's time to bring up the conversation about sex, not just you disclosing your herpes status, but you understanding what their sexual health in history is, if they've ever had an STD, if they currently have an STD. I think the sex talk needs to happen when sex is an option in the relationship, whether that's day one or day 101.
Lady J says, "What? You're happy with the fact someone gave you herpes?" No one gave me herpes. That's one. I wasn't raped. No one took advantage of me. So no one gave me herpes. I got herpes because of my life choices. One, I didn't require to see anyone's STD results. Yes, I was in a relationship, but I never said, "Can I see your STD results?" And he didn't ask me the same. Two, I didn't know herpes wasn't included in your average STD panel. And never did I ask my doctor to sit down and explain my test results to me to even catch whether or not they have or haven't been testing me for herpes. Three, I was having unprotected sex because I trusted someone versus just knowing the facts for myself. So no one gave me herpes. If I stay stuck in the who, what, when, where the herpes came from, the shit that I cannot control, I would be stuck in this stigma, depressed and sad and angry all the time. It's not the life that I want. I want to be happy and living healthy with my herpes because I have herpes and that's that on that. And when I learned to accept my herpes, guess what? It saved my life. I'm happy that it's here. It lets me know when things ain't going right with my body. It lets me know when I need to cut somebody off or cut a show off or cut some music off or cut a place off out of my life. I learned my bodies in ways that I've never thought I could learn my body. And two, it showed me all the areas in which I lack self-love. Herpes put me on a path to self-discovery. So yes, I am happy with herpes. And yes, I am happy with my herpes. Amber?
I'm gonna say on that.
Mm, I said on
You
that.
said it all. Yeah, you said that.
I love how real she is and how she accepts responsibility. You got to be responsible for your own life, y'all. Can't
For your own
nobody,
life.
Can't nobody do nothing to you. Can't nobody make you feel away. Can't nobody make you angry. Can't nobody make you sad. Nobody has that power. Only you have that power. You're the only person that can control how you feel about something, that can control how you react about something, that can control how you handle something. As long as you decide to place blame on someone else, you lose your power and you stay stuck in that victim mindset and you choose to be a victim. You're doing this, you're pointing the finger. Euphoria says when you point the finger, you got three fingers pointing back at you. And instead of you deciding to focus on those three fingers pointing back at you, you focusing on the one finger pointing at everybody else for your woes, for why you feel sad, for why you feel angry. And then you expecting everyone else around you to bring you some sort of happiness when you don't even know what it takes to make you happy. That's a tall order and a high expectation. Amber, is that on that?
I'm just like,
That's it.
you're choosing everything, every decision in your life, you're choosing. Every feeling you're choosing. And that's power.
Yeah. What supplements would you recommend instead of antivirals? We have a herpes diet and remedies workshop located in the link in our bio and on our website, www.herpesconnected.com. Someone was like, Amber's like, yep, what she said.
For the third,
That right.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, man. Someone said, just know you're not alone. I have HSV2 genitals since 2017. Y'all are strong. We are strong. What you see, everything you see in us is already within you. You are here because you felt seen. So that does not mean
amen,
you. If I can achieve it, you can too. Once you are
amen.
aware, you're aware that you're choosing the herpes stigma because we are confirmation that the stigma does not exist. When you decide in your own life that it does not exist, once you see that and aware of it, just know that moving forward, you're choosing the stigma. And you have the power
Mm,
to choose something different. You have the power to
mm,
choose a different narrative. You have the power to choose to heal and come do this work.
mm, mm.
If y'all interested in some more of these, we go live all the time on Instagram, on Clubhouse. We have a private Facebook group. The link for that is both in our bios. Follow us on Instagram. I'm constantly posting daily. I have tons of information on my Instagram. Link for that is also in my bio. We both have YouTube channels where we talk about the herpes in our own lives, our journey. We're sharing our journey, how to manage herpes, how to live with herpes. Amber is Watch Amber on YouTube. I am Herpes Goddess on YouTube. Our clubhouse name is Herpes Can Never. How does herpes spread? Herpes is spread
Jackie
through
said,
skin to skin contact. Skin to skin contact. What did Jackie say, Amber?
Jackie's baby for life said, can you answer my question, please? I don't see it on my side, Jackie. So I don't know if it's on Shayna's side, but I don't see it, Jackie. If you want to ask your question again.
This is Q&A Monday. Feel free to ask your questions about herpes.
Hey,
I
TikTok.
Go ahead.
It's Q&A Mondays. Hey, TikTok. Ask y'all's questions. We love
Okay.
y'all.
I'll answer them as they come to the screen. I have to scroll up real quick.
Okay. My
Mm.
puppy's out there.
Let's see what other questions we have about herpes. The caption of the live killed me. No, you cannot get herpes from skinless contact.
Skinless contact? Like, what?
I'm sorry, we don't mean to laugh.
How
That's the
contact
first
someone?
time we got that. That's one for the books. No, it's through
Hold on.
skin. It's through skin. You have to have skin to skin contact.
Everybody saying, can you see my question? Can you see? No, we can't see it. Noble Beast Boy says, "Can you see my question?" I can't. Where are the questions at? Are they in a box somewhere, Shayna?
I don't know. Usually when it's just me, there's a box, but right now there's no box. So I'm only answering questions on the screen because I don't see a question box.
Neither do I. So those of y'all who are asking questions on my end, Herpes can never side. Can you drop your questions in the chat so that way we can get them answered? Because I don't see a box either, and I don't want y'all to think I'm ignoring y'all. I'm not. Scroll up.
Someone
Yeah, I don't
said,
have anything on my scroll up for me, Beast Boy. It just says, "I see. Can you see my question?" And I see scroll up. So if you drop your question now, I'll be able to see it.
yeah,
Because there's nothing for me to scroll up to.
Me and Amber have different. We see different things.
Screens. Yeah.
Can you pass it when you don't have an outbreak? Yes, you can pass it when you don't have an outbreak. You have to put a question box. The question box is automatically there when I'm on my live by myself, but since I am in a joint live with Amber, there is no question box option. What is the
Beautiful
difference?
Black Queens. Hey,
Uh,
50.
what is the difference between herpes 1 and herpes 2? Where they establish latency. So herpes 1 usually establish latency in the trigeminal ganglion, and herpes 2 is usually in the sacral ganglion. That definition, the difference is about to change just because HSV1 has evolved. So we're finding HSV1 attaching to the sacral ganglion more. A lot of women and men have genital herpes HSV type 1.
Someone says early signs of herpes. There really is no early sign. I mean, an outbreak is an early sign of herpes. I don't know. Like, you have to get tested in order to really know if what you're experiencing is actually herpes.
Kotoro Fuma said, I love what you're doing. How can I support? Um, Link in our bio, join the lives, private Facebook group. There's so many different ways you can support us. Liking, sharing, spreading the word, letting people know who we are, watching our videos to the end, subscribing to the
Yeah.
channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, become involved. Is
50
it
says, "Hey, lady, love my new start. I'm sorry." Hey, 50. We're so proud of you, King.
yes? Is it possible if you have HSV1, you can pass it to yourself and it turns into HSV1 does not turn into HSV2. They're two separate viruses, y'all. They can't turn into the other. HSV1 is HSV1, HSV2 is HSV2.
Noble Beast Boy says, "So if I shake someone's hand that has herpes, can I also get it?"
Depending
No.
on
Well,
if,
only if their herpes, where's their herpes at? If their herpes outbreak is on their mouth and on their genitals or anywhere other than their hand, then no, you cannot get herpes from shaking someone's hand. You have to come in contact with their outbreak site. With a part of your skin has to come in contact with where their outbreak site is, and you have to have an opening in your skin. So if someone has genital herpes and you shake their hand, no, you cannot get herpes.
but if they have herpetic whitlow and you shake their hand, you can get herpes. So
You
it
can get
depends.
herpes if their is on their hand.
Hmm. Can you transfer it to other parts of your own body? It's rare. It's extremely, extremely rare. But yes, it can happen. But you
Cat,
normally, if say if you have HSV2 and it's on your sacral nerve, then you can probably transfer it to your trigeminal nerve. But say if I'm having genital herpes, it's gonna be rare for me to pass it to like my legs or my buttocks, just because the virus has already occupied the space.
Can untreated herpes lead to death? What's the worst case scenario? No,
Herpes is the
your
least
untreated herpes is
oh,
not going to lead to.
herpes is the least harmful virus you can get sexually. It doesn't do anything. Most people with herpes are asymptomatic. There's only a small percentage of us that actually experience outbreaks. The worst thing that can happen with herpes is if you have herpes in your eye. People who have herpes in their eye go blind. That's like the worst thing. but it's worse to get chlamydia. It's worse to get gonorrhea. Those STDs are damaging. They can ruin whole reproductive systems. Herpes literally doesn't do anything. That's why it's one of the reasons why it's not normally included in your average STD panel.
Hey y'all, thank you 50. We are definitely here for you. Shout out to our cousins. Like if you're in our community, you're a cousin, you have a built-in support system. You have a built-in family. Like it's not just us. We are so deep here on TikTok, over on Instagram, and on our private Facebook group. Like the community is real and the conversation is real, and the safe space that's being created and nurtured to talk about the things that are considered taboo, which is why we're talking about them so they'll no longer be taboo. These conversations need to be had. So we're glad that we can be here for you guys to facilitate them, but also encourage you to have them as well, and all of our other platforms with the rest of our cousins.
So you truly sometimes don't even know when you got it. It's possible. 85% of people with herpes don't know that they have herpes. 85% of people with herpes do not know they have herpes because they're asymptomatic.
I didn't
Yes, we
know I
do.
had herpes. The only reason I knew I had herpes is because I went to the gynecologist. I went to the doctor and got tested for everything because I got a full STD panel that included herpes, and that was blood. I got blood tested, and that's where they were able to discover my HSV2. Like I did not have an outbreak that made me be like, okay, what is this bump, or what is this irritation, or what is this, or what is that? To be like, okay, I should go get tested. I went and got tested on my own accord, independently of having any signs or symptoms. So, yeah, you could literally be living your life without even being aware that you have herpes.
Y'all have a Facebook group? Yes, we do. Link in our bio. Facebook group is named Herpes Canaver. Do you eat different now that you have it? Yes, I eat different, but my diet change wasn't because of my herpes. My reason to go plant based was for other reasons, and it just happened to be the best thing I've done for my herpes as well in the process. And it's crazy because it's the mostly spread STD out there. Cultures are cultures for herpes are better. IMO. I don't know what IMO means.
In my opinion,
So that is a no. What is the no for what? Y'all gotta.
IMO means in my opinion.
I just want to say it's like right now 116 people on this live. So y'all can't assume that I'm gonna remember who asked what, when y'all asked it, what y'all talking about when y'all ask other questions like this. So is that a no? I have no idea what you're talking about right now. To be honest. Um, it's better to eat healthy and get rest when you get run down. You can have an outbreak. Yes, lack of sleep lowers your immune system. Processed foods lower your immune system. Sugar lowers your immune system. Anything that can lower your immune system can trigger on an outbreak. So it's not the lack of sleep trigger outbreak. It's the lack of sleep lowers the immune system. Low immune system can trigger an outbreak.
Thank you, Capo Dan, for being here. Appreciate you, King.
Mm, I promise you are my sister in my head. The strength in you is everything, and I salute you both. And you are our sister right back in our head, and we salute you.
Yeah. Do y'all got
How
our journal? It's a quick question to ask. This is Q&A Mondays, and I got a question. Do y'all got our journal?
now?
Written by Shayna Singleton, the herpes goddess, and myself, Amber Spratt Jones. Do you guys have our journal?
If not,
This
why?
healing, this healing that's taking place in here, highly recommend. I just want to make link in our bio. It's on Amazon. If you go to www.herpescanever.com, it's on our homepage, on our website. This will bless you. And we're having a book club that's starting next month for our members only. And we're going to be working through this journal together. So I highly recommend you guys pick one up. It will be clutch in your healing. So
How do you
That
get
was
the
my question.
journal? It's link in our bio. The journal link is in our bio. It's also on Amazon. What's got it? No, no, got it. What's inside? What's inside of the journal? We are, well, there's quotes, one, and then two, the journal is titled You Don't Love Yourself, Trigger Warning. It is not your herpes, and it's meant to show you all the areas in which you decided not to heal in before your herpes so that you can work through it and learn that it's never been your herpes and it's been everything else. So the book is filled with triggering questions, not only from myself, but from Amber as well, that will get your mind going to raise an awareness to those unhealed portions of self. Our triggers lead us to the unhealed portions of ourselves.
We was working through entries together. I got some that I've actually literally filled out in here, y'all. It is a great. What does this quote say? Self love is the best love. Facts.
Hmm. All right. Are you in a relationship with myself and my son and my business and my business wife? I'm not interested in a relationship at this point, at this moment in my life. How about you, Amber? Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not. I'm in a relationship with myself. Well, I am. I'm in a few relationships with myself, with my business. Yeah. So I am open, but I am not seeking. I
Okay.
don't.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
Rainbow Tay said, when y'all found out you had it, were you in relationships? If so, how did you tell them? I was in
Good.
a relationship. I damn sure was in a relationship. And I went to my car and I FaceTimed him and I told him I was pregnant and I had herpes. Just like that.
What did you say?
He was low. No, he seemed slightly upset, I guess, but he was extremely supportive. Um, he wasn't, we was about to have a baby and we're in a relationship. So, he said we worked through it. I don't, that's such a long time ago.
I was not in a relationship. I had just got like ghosted. I was actually like really sad and upset when I got my diagnosis. I wasn't with the guy that I had been with for the few months before. Our little situation was only for a few months. It was some IG fling type situation, and I would had just was I was still hurting from like damn, like I just was like I got played. So I was just sitting in my funk and my sadness of feeling like I just got played. And then I went to the doctor, and then I found out about the herpes. And at that point, I was attributing him as the person who gave me my herpes. So I didn't tell him on some, guess what, I herpes. I called him on some, beep, 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 you raggedy beep, you gave me herpes, beep, beep. Like it went down like that. That's how I let him know that I had herpes. I was like, you ain't beep. So that's how I told him I had herpes. So, and then he might want to get tested too.
Bella Black, thank you for the love. She's sending us hella roses right now. We love Bella Black. She is a dope, dope, dope music artist. If y'all not following her, I highly suggest y'all go follow Bella, please. All right. Did you have a C-section? No, I had a vaginal delivery. I found out he was cheating on me by finding out I had herpes. Herpes doesn't mean he was cheating on you. You could have found out you had herpes and he never cheated on you. That is something people assume.
Yeah.
All right. I just purchased a journal. How did you say you are going to use it as a group? Oh yeah. Our book club starts. Herpes Awareness Day will be how you get into the membership, but we'll be doing a book club starting in October. Gym HUD. So just click the link in our bio, join the private Facebook group, join us on Instagram because that's when we make the most of our announcements. We can't really do much on, well, I can't do much on TikTok because TikTok bans me
You
every other
stay
freaking
getting
day.
put off.
That's why I
You stay
haven't
getting
been
kicked off.
pumping out content the way I used to pump out content because TikTok is trying to stop me.
Yeah.
I'm 8 months
Link in our
pregnant
bio.
and my baby dad gave it to me. How you know your baby dad gave you herpes? Did you see his test results before having unprotected sex with him? Have you looked at your test results before you got pregnant? Did you know? Like, how do you know that person gave you herpes? It's hard to know who gave you herpes, especially with herpes. It's the creeping virus. It can literally lie dormant in your body for years before popping up. Yes, I did. Thanks for assuming. Yes, you did what? And no, we would check for everything together. And the girl he was cheating with had it. So he was cheating. Okay, so you did physically see his test results? Even then, how you know he's not IgG deficient and can test negative for herpes? How you know it hasn't been dormant in his body? So when he tested a false negative on his blood test, he didn't been have herpes. That's enough. That's something. I'm sorry, I'm here to open your mind up to all the different ways herpes works.
Does herpes make your face break out? Didn't we get that on earlier?
I mean, if you have herpes on your face, yeah. Some people get outbreaks on their face.
Yeah. Herpes outbreaks and like not pimples though.
Well, good morning, Queens. Good morning, Par. I had two kids by C-section. The first one, the stress from contractions. 4 days gave me an outbreak. Okay. Well, I only been with one person prior to him, and we've been together for 2 years. Okay. One person prior to you, so probably could have had herpes. Have you ever rubbed against somebody? Have you ever let somebody finger you and you never had sex with them? They could have herpetic whitlow and give you genital herpes. There's so many different ways you can get herpes other than sex, y'all. Is it possible to have a negative HSV2 blood test? Yes. I've tested negative on a blood test before, and I have herpes. I love what y'all do. May peace be with you both. Thank you.
How do you know if it's on your face? Like the only way to know that it's herpes that's on your face is by getting that area literally swabbed and tested, and then getting those results. Like if it's to determine what exactly it is, you have to get it tested to confirm. There's no visual way to say that's herpes, that's not. The only way to literally know is to get it tested.
How long does it take for symptoms to
Active.
show in the beginning? There's no date on how long it takes for symptoms to show because most people with herpes never show symptoms. Most people with herpes are asymptomatic. You can have herpes and never, ever, 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 ever have an outbreak. It's only a small percentage of us that actually have outbreaks. Isashik, no. Isha Chica Blanca. Ooh, I was saying Ishake. I'm glad I took time to read that. Thank you, Chica Black. She says she loves us. We love you too.
Love you too, Queen.
Rainbow said, I'm sad Amber moved from Louisville before I got a chance to meet her. Rainbow
Um,
Bote 7.
whoever Rainbow, love you. Hopefully, we'll have a link up. We're gonna have to have a link up in my city once we do link ups,
Yeah.
because I definitely want to have some for the home squad. So thank you, love you, thank you for supporting us.
Yes. Quita Baby 828. Are there any side effects besides an outbreak? There's prodrome symptoms. There's a whole list of many different prodrome symptoms you can experience.
Do some with his head. I know
It's
that.
prodrome symptoms. Side effects would be like from medication, and there's plenty of side effects that come from the antivirals. Um, but people with herpes, you're either going to have an outbreak or experience prodromal symptoms. Prodromal symptoms are symptoms that occur a few days or even 30 minutes or 30 seconds before a herpes outbreak. If an outbreak ever even comes, it's an indication that you're going through viral shedding. What time is it? Is it our time?
Uh, I can't tell what time it is.
Me
I need my
neither.
other cell phone.
Okay.
I think my other cell phone's in the car. Um,
Can
are
somebody on the
we,
live tell us what time it is on the East Coast? It's 9:45. All right, we got
it's
10:45 on
10.
the East Coast. Okay, all right. We got 15 minutes left on the live.
Thank you, Jackie.
All right. Thank you, y'all.
Go get your face, just get that area tested, Jackie. Go to your primary care physician and say, I want to get this area swabbed and tested. I believe it might be a herpes outbreak. Literally just say that, and then they'll swab it.
Yeah. What is something you would have told your past self who just found out they have contracted herpes? Amber, you go first.
That is not the herpes. Okay, no.
It
I
ain't the
would
herpes,
say,
sis.
yes, it is common. Your herpes site can be itchy. That is,
Answer the question,
that's
Amber.
sorry.
You,
Yeah, 7 people. Ah! I would tell myself that, look, in this life, we get presented with opportunities to learn life altering lessons. That can happen in many forms and in many experiences and many scenarios. And for me, what herpes was that opportunity for me to learn the biggest life lesson that I've learned to date, which is when I love me, it changes the way I show up in this world. And it just has altogether changed my outlook on life. And there are several things that it could be far worse that could have had to happen to me for me to come to this realization. And if herpes was the thing, then I'm grateful that I allowed it to be the thing to teach me this lesson. And instead of avoiding it or trying to be in denial about it or trying to run away from it or not accept it, by deciding to surrender and accept it, it taught me so many more valuable things that I would never, ever, ever trade or take back. So I would say stop avoiding and being in denial about what is factually true at this time in your life and work through your feelings instead of running away from them, because it has the power to change everything for you if you allow it. That's what I would say.
I would tell my younger self, this is only a human experience. Your purpose is so much more than your herpes. That's it. And go find herpes Caneva so you can do that work. But we ain't have herpes Caneva when I found out I had herpes. So there's that. I've had herpes since 2014 and I still have a hard time with it. People are so mean. People are only mean if you're triggered by what they have to say. If not, then they just show you, they reflect exactly how they feel about themselves. You can see them for the negativity and how miserable they are in their own life. But if it's coming across as mean, that means you are triggered by what they have to say, and there's some truth behind what they're saying. You feel like there's some truth behind it, and it's hurting your feelings.
Because people's always gonna be mean. People's gonna be mean. People's gonna be ignorant. People's gonna be a-holes. People are gonna be people. But how does people being people, how are you allowing it to affect you? That's what I had to ask myself. The real question.
How to have
Thank
a
you, Jackie.
how to have a child when a woman has herpes and a man does not? Have sex. That's how I have. I mean, well, I don't know what he got, but that's how you have children, y'all. You have sex to get pregnant. That's how you have a child.
To everyone asking how they can help or if they can support over here. But by consuming our content, we have workshops on our website. We have our journal. Go support and get our journal so you can get a 2-for-1. You'll be supporting us, but you'll also be helping yourself. On the platform YouTube, I am Watch Amber. The word watch, the word Amber. You can go watch our content. Shayna is Herpes Goddess on all platforms. You can just show up, engage in the chat. That's how you support us. But then you're also hopefully helping yourself as well. So thank everyone for who's offering or wanting to support us, and that's how you can.
So people always talk, might as well learn to ignore them. Again, if you're triggered by what somebody else has to say about you, there's some truth behind what they're saying. So deal with the trigger. Deal with that truth. That's how hearing that again the next time, it's not going to bother you anymore. You can ignore it all you want, but it's always going to trigger you, right? So why not deal with that
Mm-hmm.
trigger right then and there? Ignore the trigger or deal with the trigger. Repeat pain only happens when you refuse to learn the lesson that the pain is trying to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Our triggers will lead you to
Yeah.
the unhealed portions of self. I'm literally named the herpes goddess. You know how many asshole, stupid comments I get on a daily? And people's like, Sheena, how do you deal with that? Because no one can tell me about me. I know how I feel about me. I'm secure in me. I love me. I am the flex. I am the blessing. When people comment mean things, you know what it tells me? They're miserable. Baby, you woke up and you're so miserable in life that you decided to find a stranger and then disempower them just because they're feeling empowered because you feel a way about it. That's misery. That's sad. That's depressing. I would never want to wake up and feel like I want to make somebody else feel bad, somebody I don't know, and I want to be mean to them for no reason. That is so miserable. When I see that, I feel bad for the person. I wish them peace, love, and healing. I wish them out of that depression. So it's all how you handle. If I'm triggered by it, I still handle them with peace and kindness, and I'm dealing with my triggers on my own because it's never the other person. No one can make you feel a way, y'all. Only you have the power to feel a way about something. So if you feel like you can't control how you feel about what somebody else is telling you, it's time to dig deeper into that. It's time to work through that.
Malia says God validates me, not people, and I had to remind myself of that. Facts. Like, yeah, where are you seeking validation from? And if it's from an external source, then that means you need to look internally because you have work to do. Shayna, I'm gonna read them the back of our what we have on the back of our journal.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share this with you guys. You have to have the journal normally, but we're gonna give y'all a little behind the scenes to encourage you to go pick up your copy because this is what's on the back of our journal. Herpes put us under pressure, and our only option was to become diamonds. Unfortunately, the herpes stigma is responsible for a lot of cracked pipes, and you might be one of them. The founders of Herpes Can Never believe that your positive herpes status can and will put you on a path of self discovery. Many do not feel the same way and believe that their life has been changed for the worse following their diagnosis. The truth is, it is not the herpes, it is everything within themselves that they have yet to shine light on. This journal will ask you 90 days worth of triggering questions to reflect and learn all the areas in which you lack self love. At the end of this journal, you will love yourself more than when you started. Link in our bios. Let's do the work. Nico the Ghost, we about to get off here. You missed our Q&A Monday.
Can somebody let us know what the time on the East Coast is, please? Okay, fine. You got
Are
71 of
y'all
y'all
taking?
watching. Ain't nobody gonna tell me the time on the East Coast. I see how it
Mm.
is. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. It's 10:54. Thank you, Rainbow. Thank you, Jada. Okay, now all of y'all go pop up at once.
They all had to look and see what the time was too. They're like, hold on, we gonna tell you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
y'all. Love y'all.
Thank you.
10:54. Yeah, Nico, it was a good one. Shayna, is this able to be rewatched?
Um, I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know how this
I'll
works.
I'll download the live and I'll drop it on YouTube. But if
Okay,
you
so
wanna,
Shayna's YouTube channel for the replay.
yeah, but you can go to our Instagram and catch a lot of live replays. We got we got a lot of content, y'all. Go to Instagram, go to YouTube, check us out. Outside of this TikTok crap that we do, this 15-second videos, it's not gonna do much for you learning about your herpes. Show up on our other social media platforms. We have tons and tons and tons of information already out there for you all. Link in our bios. All right, y'all. We're gonna head out. We love y'all. We go on live again tonight on Instagram at 11 p.m.
I was waiting on you to say the time. I was like, what time we going live? Because every time you say at 11, then it's going to be like, can we do
Can we do
10?
10? Look,
I feel like, I don't know if More Cousins was on at 10 or 11.
I don't know. I be
I think
tired,
11,
y'all.
honestly.
I be ready to go to sleep.
Always love Nico. Thank you for tuning in, Queen. King. I'm sorry. Thank you, Queen, for allowing me to tag team. I appreciate y'all. TikTok, love y'all.
We love
Herpes can
y'all.
never come F with us.
Happy can never. We see y'all tonight.
See y'all tonight. Yeah.